Fueling up the trailer. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. Harvest 2022 is upon us. Life's pretty good. And hey, we got the 806 in the background here. You know, somebody asked me once, do you guys just use that 806 to fill your shop up with smoke in your intro video? Of course not. I had the garage door open on the other side. But anyway, so this is kind of our auger tractor for wheat harvest here. This is kind of like the pinnacle of North Dakota right here. Is you got a nice old tractor on a Westfield auger and a couple of Chief or Butler bins. And we even got an MFS up in there. So there you go. Our 806 has a purpose. Well, Jason just showed up, so we're gonna actually get this auger in the bin. Here we go. Welcome to the Red River Valley of North Dakota. A land flowing with milk and honey. You're watching Beet Farmin Mitch. So it's wheat harvest, and part of my daily chores is to make sure I got this fuel trailer filled up, our good old Thunder Creek fuel trailer, and I make sure all like the small engines are full of gas, and make sure we got oil and hydraulic oil, and make sure we're good to go, because this is kind of our on-field service unit, so we need this ready, and we're gonna go service combines here, and then we're gonna thrash some wheat, so let's get to it. Looks like the gang's getting the bins ready over there. So you know, where's Waldo? Well, where's Casey? So while they're getting those bins ready over there, we're gonna put wheat in these two here, and then there's one back behind there you can't really see. So they're gonna get those ready so we can start augering wheat in there from the field. We're gonna combine today, and I'm gonna go out to the field and start servicing combines. Here we be. So pretty much just doing morning chores for wheat harvest. I make sure this puppy's full of fuel and full of everything we need. Then I go to the field, and in this case, we're in a yard, so there's grass here. Then I fill up the combines, check them over, blow up the radiators, grease it, do a fair bit of stuff there, and make sure we're pretty much ready to go. So we got usually a couple combines to go through, but I did mention we got a couple upgrades this year, so I'll get you posted on those in this video. Oh, I'm sure you've never seen this clip before. Every day. Every day. Also, you guys definitely deserve a shout out. Thank you for subscribing, and also just thank you for all the likes that you guys send out in these videos. Like, I'm pretty sure I get like 97 to 100% likes on every video I make, and like, I'm just amazed by that. So thank you. I'm not asking you to do that, but if you ever want to, feel free. And I got a special shout out for one of my YouTube watchers. His name is Wayne. He commented on quite a bit of my videos. He's from the Cooperstown area. But I actually heard that Wayne was a big fan of Beet Farmin Mitch, and he actually ended up having a heart attack not too long ago, and he ended up passing away. So shout out to Wayne and his family. Thank you for watching. And it's just a reminder, you never know when your last day is going to be. And I felt very honored that he was a fan of my YouTube videos towards the end of his life. It's a very eye-opening thing. So thank you. On a bright note, we're getting our yards cleaned up a little bit. We got some junk, so we hired an excavator to help clean it up and make sure everything keeps looking good. So I told you guys we got a couple new upgrades on the farm this year, and you know, upgrade number one here. New grain cart. And Jason's kind of been the grain cart guy. What do you think about this thing?
Oh, it's pretty dang nice. It's got the nice big auger that just pounds grain out of there.
You want to bring it over there and show us?
Yeah, so this new grain cart's got this nice big auger that really pounds the grain out. And then it's got this spout that swivels left and right and up and down, so you can get exactly where you want in the truck. Works pretty dang good.
The combine's going.
Yeah, keeps everybody moving.
He yelled that much when he's running it, so he must be doing a good job. We got our old grain carts over there. We got a 650 Unverfirth, that red one. Then we got a Ficklin 750. But the Ficklin, the auger got kinked on it, so that's why we had to upgrade to this one. So if anybody wants that thing, let me know. We can work out a deal. You can see here we got one of our sugar beet harvesters. We've started a little bit of pre-pile, so we've just started digging into a little bit of beets, but mostly the focus is wheat right now. So we got the combines all serviced up and ready to go, and you know, for wheat harvest, if there's a dew at night, usually we have to wait until about 11 o'clock noon before we can start combining. Otherwise it's just tough going, high moisture, and we don't want that. So we're kind of waiting. It's 11 a.m. right now, and we'll probably fire up here in 20-30 minutes. But anyway, I wanted to show you the grain cart here. So it's a Ficklin CA 14,750 bushels, and so this is why we upgraded. So you can see the auger got a kink there, and it's just kind of thin. So I don't know, if you're interested, slide into my Instagram DMs or send me an email at beetfarminmitch@gmail.com. We'll give you a good deal on it. I mean, we don't really have a use for it. So we got a nice 800 bushel Brent now, and that thing unloads like a son of a gun. Yeah, good tires on it. I mean, look at this. This is a gem right here. Look at that.
Just make that one round opening, like 4 of them, and be done.
Right. I think we should do that.
We could just go and take off that dry and go back.
Well, yeah. That's true.
Well, not too bad. We're making progress.
Time to go. Where's the grain cart guy? Thrash and weed. So if you've seen any of my videos in the past, you might have noticed that we combine in a square. We like to cut our fields into 80-acre squares, and then we just go around that square until it's done. So if it's a quarter or 160 acres, we'll cut it down the middle, we'll combine half of it, go around in the square, and then we'll go to the other, well, rectangle. They'll go to the other half. But the reason that we combine like that is so that we always have our augers facing out, so that the grain cart guy can always get us. Because if you go back and forth, which for some guys, absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. The grain cart's got to catch you on the one side, unless you have like openings that you do it that way. But then you spend a lot of time driving back and forth in the field. But every operation's different. You got to do what you got to do to make it work. And we're kind of old swather people. Back in the day, we used to swath and have pick up swaths. I remember when I was a kid, we used to run Case IH 1482s, and so I'd come out to the field as a kid, and some of my favorite memories, seeing those 1482s make laps around the field, picking up swaths. And then when I got a little bit older, we got a 2388, and that was a big deal. So we were running a 2388 and two 1482s. So the first time I ever combined wheat was in a 1482 on an MX 220 tractor, I believe. Or maybe it was a 240. We had one of each. Eventually we got rid of the 1482s and we got two 2388s. So then when I was in like middle school, me and my dad kind of shared the 2388. My uncle already ran the other one. And so I'd take a nap while my dad was driving, and then my dad would take a nap while I was driving. So we had two 2388s for a while. Time goes on, and we still have those, and we got this 9230 that I'm running. And the reason we're not running our other 2388 this year is because we got a surprise. But Jason's coming to unload. I'm gonna use my multi-function handle and unfold the auger there. And Jason's coming, and we're gonna unload it to him. So once he's under there, there's this one here. That's your unload button. You press that, and grain starts coming out. And I don't always get to use the auto steer, but on this field I get to.
Sometimes we just got different shaped pieces and it just doesn't work out quite right, but it's really nice not having to do that. But it's still a lot I gotta watch in here. I'm watching my header, always watching my engine load and my rotor loss and my refresher. So there's a lot to watch on here. I'm watching the reel, I gotta change all that. The one thing I really like about this is a MacDon header on here. One really nice feature is it's got a fore aft feature on here, so you can kind of tilt the whole thing forward or back. I got it running at like B.5 right now, but that is super nice feature to have on these combines. I just pulled it back a little bit. And it can help you get some lodged wheat a little better, and it's a really nice feature. I really like having. Our 2388s don't have that. And another thing this one has is it has the tilt where the header can go like that. So when you're in a ditch or something, finish unloading there. That is super nice. But we got it empty. We'll let them kind of get cleared out of there a little bit, and we'll press our auger in button. Now it's coming in. But yeah, this header and this combine, it's a nice pair for sure. So this is the rotor loss monitor, sieve loss monitor, and the refresher. I don't really let them get above that. That's kind of the highest I let them get. So yeah, there's a lot to watch on here between speed and paying attention to number of trucks leaving the field so we can know how much yield we have. It's a lot to watch, but another thing, a big thing I watch is the engine load. Usually run that like 85 to 95% depending on the field conditions. It always changes. And so just kind of, factoring all of those things out, you kind of make your decisions on how to operate the machine. And there's a lot you got to watch in here too. Like, I got to check how much my sieves are open. We're running them wide open right now. And your concaves, there's a lot going on. But, it just takes time to figure that stuff out. And once you kind of figure out how the machine all runs together, you can kind of troubleshoot different problems into why your grain isn't certain quality. So, but got to turn around here now. So we'll lift up and speed up a little bit. We'll crank her in a little circle here. And nice thing about this combine as well is it's got like a resume header height button. So all I got to do is press that resume header height button and it lowers exactly where I want it set. So that is very handy to have. So yeah, the first combine I ever drove, pull type 1482, it is crazy to see how the combine technology has changed over the years. I remember I would go combine when I was a kid. I'd come home and I'd have a sore neck because I'm looking behind me at the pull type combine the whole time. But now this is just, it's so much better. It is, engineers have done a good job designing new equipment and whatnot. Well, I don't really want grain on the cap today. I suppose I better wait a minute. Auto steer, it's a little easier to have lunch. You want to see what we got cooking today? We have got a slice of ring bologna and some mac and cheese for lunch. I'll have to eat this one on the ways without a steer. On the headlands, I just drive manually. Nothing like a hot meal at work. Always watching. Oh, I got a little too low on this side with the header, so I had a little bit of dirt build up on the sickle here. Then it starts knocking wheat over and it just doesn't combine as good. But should be good now. Yeah, and this thing too, this is a draper header, so it's got these canvases that roll instead of a rolling auger, and that is really nice too. There you go, there's some of the wheat. Spent a lot of hours in those things. Well, we caught up to my dad in the 2388. My dad does pretty good in that thing. He keeps up really good. He does a good job in there. Yeah, sometimes when the radiator gets full of chaff, it's kind of windy today, so the wind kind of can boil up right up to where the intake is. And so I'm getting a warning for hot hydraulic oil temp running on here. Hydraulic motor temp high. So we're gonna finish this little chunk here and then pull the radiator good out before we go to the next field. The last little bit. Well, I just got the radiator blown out, so I'm gonna go to the next field. But I gotta fold my hopper in first here. Which one is it? That guy.
beacons, flashers, and road mode. Jason's birthday today, 29, so happy birthday to Jason, the green card operator today. One thing I love about combining closer to sunset, you can see the shadow of the combine there. It looks pretty neat. Alright, I said we had a new surprise. There she is, Case Age 8240. We added another combine to the arsenal. Well, it's tomorrow and I'm servicing combines up here, but I'll show you this chopper build. So last night I plugged up and plugged the chopper going through some green straw, and you can see this belt we're gonna have to replace. It does look pretty weathered, so I mean a lot of this could have been, I guess, when I was spinning it, because it plugged and then it was spinning and it kind of burnt the belt a little bit. But the belt looks a little chewed up and looks like that one's gonna be replaced. So we're gonna replace that and get going on that. But what do you do, I guess? It's one of those things that you learn from it and it happens. I really wasn't pushing it that hard, but I could have slowed down a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna get that fixed and get a new belt on there and keep on thrashing. But anyway, this is Beet Farmin Mitch. Thanks for watching, and we got sugar beet pre-haul coming up soon here, so stay tuned and don't forget to keep it sweet.